So what I do is called special interests. I'm a sociable Aspie. For limited amounts of time or when I'm with someone I know, I can be like close to anyone else. There are some things about Asperger's autism that have become public knowledge. One is that it can be invisible. It wasn't until the mid 90s it became very public knowledge. People in school started to look for it in the students, that sort of thing. I was before that. I went through the meat grinder before that. Part of the basics of it are something called special interests. I don't really want to repeat myself. I don't expect people to watch a lot of my videos. Becomes rather, I'm thinking, needle in a haystack for wisdom. But the main point is the Aspie is oversensitive to the environment. Things go on repeat within our minds. It's a spectrum which makes it difficult to get this knowledge across. But to anyone who's interested, I'm fairly certain after a minimal amount of effort, it starts to become clear what autism and Asperger's are. The person with autism just naturally gravitated towards repetitive undertakings. Like we eat the same food, sort of thing. One does that to minimize the experience of too much. These special interests, for myself, need to have a certain level of dignity and meaning attached to it. I do try to not walk on my tiptoes. Certain things I definitely have worked on. I stopped biting my fingernails. So not only was I able to quit cigarettes a few years ago, cold turkey, due to a heart attack, I also quit biting my fingernails. So Aspies can improve on their conditions. I have safe-proofed the listening. I mentioned that recently. There's an ambulance out there. I'm not sure if it'll make it onto this. So the Aspie hears something like that. It can be very soft. It can be very distant. Yet we still end up with that sound going on repeat and never ending. Our special interests allow us to move on or to not react to what may be annoying to the Aspie. So I have a few stems that are healthy. The best thing for the Aspie with someone with autism is to be able to intellectualize this sort of thing. The need to make lists, for example. Aspies are known to not have the best executive skills. So maybe we don't clean enough, but say you put on your list, stop being a baby and clean more. Talking to myself, so I'm able to abuse myself, but I'm just joking around, but it works. You put that on the list. I'm not saying it's magical that we make lists and it solves everything, but it definitely helps. The main tool against meltdowns are the special interests, are the routines. Stamps got boring to me. Music is getting a little boring to me also. Although I did find one song I'm gonna try. Now by adding in the instrumentals, I'm able to lengthen the amount of time spent on singing. Keeps me out of trouble, it keeps me busy. The Aspie is incapable, in general, of being a narcissist because they are simply so busy trying to be efficient at their special interests. Or they're stewing, or they're doing whatever they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. I can only speak for myself. Although one can speak for everything if they want to. There's freedom within this existence. Freedom within an oppressive social structure. Right here, I've been speaking. There's lots of pauses. There's no way I'm going to just use this material as it is. No, I'm going to go over what I said here and get rid of empty spaces. I don't tend to delete anything I say, except for the ums. I'm not really making ums too often anymore, but it's like singing. I'm gonna sing out of tune at some point. It's just gonna happen. Doubts are gonna creep in. But at that point, the key is to stop being a perfectionist. Just accept the humanity of the errors. They weren't done maliciously. One isn't singing out of tune on purpose. So I'm gonna slip and make some ums. I try to diversify my special interests, so there's always something good and decent to do, something productive. Trying to perhaps start to read again, to get off of the computer again. Talk is cheap, so I might not be able to do that one. Singing is good for me. It takes up so much time. I've listened to the stuff I sing. I don't just post it. I have noticed some of my songs turned out pretty well. And that's just my opinion. It's not really narcissism, because it's just me who did this. I'm just on the internet. I've always been on the internet since 2006. I'm into this. I've always been into this. I loved reading Bukowski. So those are fairly decent video additions I made. What's the one I'm especially proud of? Maybe the Eric Fromm one. If you go back a little ways, it says he warns against screens causing passivity. That was a good one. I translated to the best of my ability. Eric Fromm, it was in German. Found a decent quote by him. Sort of relates to what we're up against. We're not meant to be glued to screens. I know I'm all over the place while speaking here, but it's also authentic, and it isn't really all over the place if one thinks about it. So you have autism, Asperger's, you have oversensitive people. We can't help it. We're not overreacting on purpose. We don't always overreact. There's a spectrum. We're all a case-by-case individual, same as anyone else. The special interest is a major component of someone with autism. It just naturally happens. People can't sit and vegetate. Not when they're kids, not when they're adults. So there's going to be some type of routine. The key is to take control of the routine. This is good for me. I'm able to talk out, and then it's going to take a lot of time, perhaps the whole day, to edit this. I'm going to sing a tune. Also, that's going to take time. I found one in which it looks like I can listen to it like 3 or 4 times and add shtick to it, and then overlap it, layer 4 versions of myself. But the more time I spend, the more focused I am, the more artistic it may become. That's my goal. Because even if 90% of my cover songs have been miserable, say there's only one nugget, one great attempt that I nailed, well, there you have it. I'll take the one-hit wonder. Why not? And I'll take becoming famous in 100 years. I don't care. But maybe I won't, because we're individuals and we all have opinions. I'm certain that somehow I am able to hit the core. I think I'm able to make pure sound. I don't know what that means, and I know it sounds narcissistic on the surface, or it may. Maybe it doesn't sound narcissistic, and I shouldn't be so paranoid. It's tough for the Aspie. We can't shut this off. We can't shut off what we're going through. We are eccentric beings. Yet, with a little effort, we are quite capable of entertaining ourselves and others. The point is, this special interest provides a lot of mileage. I think the band's name is Sweet, and the famous song, Love is Like Oxygen. So I could spend all day. That's what I'll do. I'm going after one tune, so I'm going to work hard at it. The other one, the last one, I put this song first, Julia. This time I'll put the song after. So I'll spend the whole day, I'll just keep listening and listening to it, because as an Aspie, I can listen over and over again. Why not? I love that. And there's also a lot of tidbits for instrumentals in that tune, and I'll try to add those into it also. So I'll have like 4 or 5 versions and overlap them. That takes time and effort. The final product is 15 minutes, but the reality is going to be hours. And those hours are going to have a lot of various things that I'm used to that are going to keep me calm. It's like earlier I mentioned how if I'm around someone I know, it's a lot easier for myself. I hope some of that made sense. I've decided to become an artist, a thinker and artist. That's my plan now. That plan is a special interest. It doesn't have to come true. I don't have to become good at singing. This is keeping me out of trouble. I have an inkling that it sounds good. It's back to that narcissism thing and how we're always pushed to sell ourselves from the earliest of age. But I don't care. I don't have that ambition. I already tried that. What I was going to say is the way I approached life as a kid was just thinking there's American dream. Just do your best. Try to get some grades. Work at school. That's all I did. And then the rest will take care of itself. So I went through all the system. I went to undergrad, junior year abroad, grad school. All right, I'll leave it at that. Thank you. Oh, a lot of my stuff has been deleted and vanished. I've realized for a number of years now that this internet life is pointless. It got really bad what happened to the internet. Someone left a comment. He knows what I'm trying to say. They're like, yeah, I miss the old internet too. So we'll just have to recreate our own internet or read a book or just put on music on your internet, do something else. But I can't save the world, I can't save individuals, but I do wish everyone well. I'm just totally outside of the loop of this system, and I think people should have the right to be free and to say, no, I don't bow to any government, whether it's the American or the Chinese. We're not even looking for this type of having to make this declaration. We're not terrorists. We're done with it. We give up. I mean, I do. That's my advice, I suppose, to others. So it's my opinion that I'm giving, and I'm just showing my one example, the route I took. That's got to be it, otherwise there's no way this will fit into 15 minutes. Oh, one last point. When I get rid of all the spaces, of course it makes me sound a lot smarter. Those shows are fake. There's a reason why they're able to talk so much, and there's never really any awkwardness. There's never any reality to those shows. I think we get used to looking at their faces. That might be a theory I have. I'm already over 19 minutes. I know I can cut that back quite substantially, but now it's looking sort of pointless to get this under 15 minutes. How do I get myself to shut up? Oh, when I say I'm done, then I'm done. I'm done. Dun, 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 Love is like oxygen. You get too much, you get too high. Not enough and you're gonna die. Love gets you high. Love is like oxygen. You get too much, you get too high. Love is like oxygen. Not enough and you're gonna die. Love gets you high. Time on my side. I got it all. I heard that pride always comes before a fall. There's a rumor going round the town that you don't want me around. I can't shake off my city blues. Everywhere I turn I lose. Love is like oxygen. It is like oxygen. You get too much, it gets too high. Get too not enough and it's gonna die. Love is like oxygen. Love gets you high. Love is like oxygen. Love is like oxygen. You get too much, you get too high. Love is like oxygen. Not enough and you're gonna die. Love is like oxygen. Love gets you high. Time is no healer if you're not there. Lonely fever sets words in the air. Some things are better left unsaid. I'm gonna spend my days in bed. I walk the streets at night to be hidden by the city lights. City lights. Love is like oxygen. Love is like oxygen. You get too much, you get too high. Love is like oxygen. Not enough and you're gonna die. Love is like oxygen. Love gets you high. Love is like oxygen. Love is like oxygen. You get too much, you get too high. down and nothing to go.